So I'm on an aircraft carrier and we're here to party. It's also super windy up here, as you can see by the little windy spinny thing right here. But yeah, this is the USS Hornet flight deck runway, I guess. Yeah, this is a runway. If what I'm thinking is correct, then it's probably not, because I know nothing about aircraft carriers. This is the one where they land, and over there is the one where they take off and get like catapulted. There's somebody rollerblading without a shirt on an aircraft carrier. It's gonna be a strange day. So to explain what I'm doing here, I have to first tell you that I'm not 100% sure what I'm doing here. Hey, that's like a whole gun thing. Check that out. So that's where someone would sit in there all armored up, everything. They'd have a big old gun right here to shoot like incoming aircraft and stuff. And that's a big crane right there that they used yesterday to lift a whole bunch of Cybertrucks up here onto the aircraft carrier. I will steal a few of Sam Preety's photos of that and put them right here so you can see what that was like. So back to why I'm here. My friends Sam and Sam Preety, who run Navier Boats, the flying electric boats, they're hosting a deep tech event, which is all the builders, the makers, the engineers, all that future tech. And they're hosting an event for all of those people. How that includes me, I don't know, but I'm here. And this is kind of a everybody get together, share ideas, meet and greet, have a good time of all the people in that world who are changing and creating the future of tech. Another gun port. I kind of want to get in one of those. I don't know if we can. Ooh, this one's got a gun. But they torched it right there so you can't like use it. That's no fun. So this is a week-long event that's happening in the tech world. Unfortunately, I can only stay for today and tomorrow, then I have to fly back home. There's been a whole lot of travel lately. Idaho, Utah, we've been in Nevada, Washington, gotta go back to Washington. And now we're down here in California on an aircraft carrier. It is big. Ooh, jets, let's go look at those. So I know nothing about this world of stuff, both the tech and the whole industrial marine environment, but it is one of the coolest things ever to me. It's got cranes and barges and equipment and big boats, and I just like all that stuff. So that's kind of my interest in this whole thing, and learning some stuff about the tech world that I know nothing about. Now it's gonna be a little different because part of this event is like a future tech fashion show. There's some people are dressed up for, and no one really knows what future tech fashion is, so there's some interesting outfits. Your drone is way bigger than mine. Oh no. Whoa! You're gonna get taken out by a seagull, bro. These are the lights the jets use when they come into land to make sure their height and glide slope coming in is just right. And the only reason I know that is because there's a sign right here that tells you all about it. The yellow dot is above the green dots over here, or red dots it looks like on this one. You're coming in too high. If it's below, red. Where's yellow? Oh, yellow's in the middle right there. So if that yellow light is up there, you're too high. If it's right in the middle in line with those green ones, you're golden. If you see red down here, you're too low, and then you might like hit the back of the ship, so you shouldn't do that. When's the last time you saw a Cybertruck on an aircraft carrier? I'm betting the answer is never. So there's gonna be a lot of like techno music in this video in the background, as you can hear, so I'm probably gonna get demonetized because, oh, seagull fight again. But anyway, here's a big jet, check it out. I don't know what it is, but it's cool. Now here's one of the catapults, and one thing that's kind of surprising me now I'm standing here is that is a very short distance from here to there. I mean, it's a long way because it's a big boat, but also to like take off an airplane, that's a very short distance. There's two catapults, there's one here, and there's one over there. That jet is locked into. We should have looked at that while we were over there. So we're back to this jet. I'm looking at this catapult. You can see, so it locks in there. That way it pulls it, and when this stops, that just comes out of there, and I'm guessing this used to be hooked up and would pull this back up maybe, and then those go that way. I don't know. Oh, check it out, he's got lights right here. I wonder if those colored lights correlate with those colored lights and like work together in some such fashion. So I keep looking at these and thinking, man, that'd be so cool to be in there and like spinning around and doing stuff, but also I would bet it doesn't have air conditioning and it'd be pretty hot in that little box. Check out these giant cannons here. These aren't cannons, these are guns. I know there's a difference. These are probably guns. Yes, they are. Look at the bullets right there. They're not bullets, they're shells, whatever. They're big old things that go shooting through the air out of those guns. Have you ever seen inside a jet's butt? Now you have. This is an F-14 Tomcat. And I know that because there's a sign right here that says F-14 Tomcat. It is way bigger than it looks like in the movies. This is the tail hook that goes down and grabs the cable on the other end of the flight deck right there. And I always want to look at how these were hooked in, because they have got to be so freaking strong to take that force. Because these guys land, if I understand it how I think I do, they land under throttle so that if they miss, they can take right back off. So this has to hold the weight of not only the jet at whatever speed jets go, but plus the thrust of these engines. And there's two of them. And this one pin right here is taking all of that force, which is absolutely crazy. Oh, and if you notice, I have a V on my hand, like that. It stands for VIP. I guess I'm a VIP guest, and that's how they know. Danger. Adapter and AC. Use hand tools to position. Oh, I did it. Sweet, inside of a jet. Probably shouldn't mess with too much stuff. I'm gonna get kicked out. Nah, they can't kick me out. I'm VIP. So now we're up at the front of the ship, and if I had someone else hold the camera, I'd do like the whole Leonardo DiCaprio thing, but I don't, so you can just imagine it. That right there is the Maritol. It's an icebreaker. Privately owned. We met the owner down here earlier. He's a cool dude. He said he might give us a tour of that tomorrow. So that is a possibility, but maybe. How do I end up in these situations? This is crazy. Okay, we've checked out some of the flight deck. We're gonna head over and downstairs inside the ship a little bit and check out, I don't know what all we're allowed to check out in there, but also check out some of the tech party. Like I said, give you a whole bunch of loud music, a whole bunch of crazy costumes, but that's all the fun of it. Stairs and aircraft carriers are really steep. They're more like a ladder. Oh, there's a lot of planes in here. And this is a cool looking helicopter. Imagine flying in a bubble out the front and just be able to see everything. I think that's called the Sea King. I don't know. Nailed it. I found Sam. Sam is the one responsible for whatever mess I get into tonight.
Yep.
So I poorly explained what this is.
Yep.
You could probably do a lot better job.
So this is SF Hard Tech Week. It's basically hardware technology, deep tech week. So it's deep technologies, hardware technologies. Everybody's showcasing what they're doing. We're building hydrofoil boats. There's teams here that are doing anything from rockets to space to underwater drones to.
I have one of those.
You have one of those. Cool.
It's probably not as cool as like theirs, but I have one.
Yeah, no, they're super fun. But there's all kinds of stuff. We're on the aircraft carrier USS Hornet.
Yeah,
and,
as you can see.
There are all the boats and trucks and planes that got lifted into here was with the original cranes with the aircraft carrier, which is pretty cool. Did you make it up to the flight deck yet?
I did.
Cool, nice. Yeah. It's pretty fun up there. And yeah, excited for you to be able to see it all.
Yeah.
We put Casey to work. He's been actually working and moving boats all day. So.
But we also went boating and playing earlier today, and I like boated underneath the Golden Gate and all that stuff.
We did on a non-hydrofoil boat.
Fair trade. Yes,
it was good. All good fun stuff.
All right.
Yeah.
Oh, here's your boat.
Here it is.
See, if I just film a TV screen, it looks like I'm filming really good footage of a boat.
Exactly.
That's cheating.
Smooth, quiet. And there's our model. Well, Casey, you'll get this boat.
That's the one I can afford.
Yeah.
How's it going? Good. There is a lot of stuff going on here.
Yeah.
What's your name?
Steve.
Steve?
What's your name?
Casey.
Casey, that's good.
I'm Sam.
So what do you got going on here?
Yeah, so there's a lot of stuff going on here, but this is a KTM 890 Adventure R, and a lot of folks, they build art cars or art pieces, and you know, they wouldn't last more than like 10 miles per hour before falling apart. But my background, I became an engineer because of like riding BMX and you know, doing all kinds of wild stuff and racing downhill mountain bikes. So like if I need something I need to perform, not only look pretty. So, and one of my passions is to race the Baja 1000, which we started building this thing up to go take it down there and make some friends so you can get done in time. But there's a lot of different stories mixed in here. But as an industrial engineer, you can see like everything is like modular, how quickly it could click in. So that's DJ while you're riding. Everything is super stable. If you're on the road and you need to rebalance something, you can build things right quickly from the system. But what allowed me
so you can change your configuration around if...
Yeah, to redistribute the weight.
Yeah.
So that's like the main key, because like I've hit 120 miles per hour off road.
On this?
On this.
With all this stuff?
Yeah, with with 200 pounds of gear on it, with a lot of tailwind for help, because it usually tops out like 111, 112.
So this is cool. I love it when somebody like customizes it their way.
Yeah.
And then uses it. That's the important part.
Yeah, I mean, this would not be commercially viable to have a frame like this.
Yeah. But it works for you and you use it.
Well, the material costs more than like the most expensive.
Yeah.
I mean, it'd only be in like insane racing adventure applications. Yeah. So it's like, if it doesn't exist, you want something more badass, you build it.
I love that.
Sweet, awesome, man.
It was good meeting you. Thanks for.
Yeah, likewise.
Appreciate it. Thanks, man. Good to meet you.
Oh, you said you got a DeLorean.
Yeah. Use time.
Looks like a moonshine still.
It probably is. I don't think that's stock. That is cool.
That camera's way fancier than mine.
A little bit. I want to know what the remote does.
That's a good question. The remote's got like a digital readout on it for like numbers. Maybe like what you're remoting, how fast it's going or something?
What year you go back to?
Ooh, no, there's only 3. Well, I guess that works to go back really far.
Yeah.
So the remote's got up, down, reset, hold.
It's definitely the door opener. That's probably what it is.
Or is it like suspension on the car or something? That's old school key fob.
Yes, exactly. You got to bring your own power source with you too.
Yeah. So just got done having some dinner here in the VIP area, because you know I got the VIP of the helicopter. It's actually back behind the stage. I'm gonna go out and explore some more. That's just kind of what we got to deal with. So what does it do?
So this is a new way to produce power. It's sort of like a solid state internal combustion engine. So we convert fuel into really high temperature, a really high temperature flame, and then we seed it with salt, which converts it into extremely bright light. And this is a spectrum which shows that almost all of the light is this yellow light, and you can see the yellow light block out with these glass blowers goggles, and you can see that almost all of the light is blocked out. And what that means is that because this light is a very specific color, you can convert it very efficiently with solar cells that have a band gap that is near to the energy of each photon. So you can capture almost all of the energy of each photon. So the purpose of this is to have a really compact, quiet, not vibrating way to convert power that isn't an engine, so that it has a much higher energy density than batteries, like 20 or 30 times the energy density, and is also much nicer than an engine. So more efficiency, any fuel, and really compact and quiet. So perfect for special forces, drones, electric aircraft.
Because it's silent.
Yeah.
So this would maybe work as a range extender in electric vehicles.
Exactly, range extender. Actually, that's why I was asked to come over here by Navier. They wanted me to build a range extender for their electric flying boats.
So this power source could end up being what charges the batteries in something like the electric boat, the electric vehicles, all of that, to extend their range.
And then electric traction is still perfect, but this is much more compact than an engine in a typical kind of hybrid. So this could be the perfect for range extension for hybrid vehicles.
That is awesome. And then what type of fuels can run it?
We can use hydrogen, we can use propane, this is propane, we can use natural gas, we can use ammonia, and we can use biofuels.
Very nice.
What is it doing?
So we're converting
Thank you.
fuel. Thank you.
Well, that's kind of cool. I just saw fire and thought it looked interesting, so I went and asked questions. Hopefully you can hear. Like I said, I know it's loud, but it's kind of all we can do. What is this?
The button is likely for controlling the ending of session. Ready to wrap up?
Hello.
The button on the right is used to finish our session.
Hey there, I'm Kim. What's your name?
Casey.
Nice to meet you, Casey. What brought you here today?
A flying boat.
That sounds epic. Have you checked it out yet?
Yeah, it's really cool. I rode on it and I even got to drive it.
Hey there, great to meet you.
Wow, that sounds amazing. How was the experience?
Hey there,
It was a lot of fun. What brought you here today?
what's your name?
Glad to hear you had fun. I'm here to make your deep tech week experience even better. Anything else you're curious about?
Nope, that should do it.
Great. Enjoy the rest of your time here.
You too, thank you.
Casey.
Well, that was weird.
This is the ion plasma thruster. It has a solid tungsten electrode, and we use it for our CubeSats that we make here at Skyline Celestial. So, So this is our satellite on a board, which is our extremely compact and cost-effective yet extremely powerful satellite bus. The server rack for space, you could say. So this blue board right here is our electrical power system. That's where we connect the solar panels, and that's where we connect the thrusters as well. And this is our computer, the Linux chip. We have room for an AI accelerator here as well, and a radio. And these are all modular, so when a new chip comes out, you can swap it out with a new one. And this satellite on a board is very compact, so that you got a lot of room in these CubeSats for putting your payload in, which saves you the launch costs. So you can put a camera in here, you can put a, I don't know, a GPU in here, whatever you want. And then you stuff this into a SpaceX rocket and whoosh out into space.
And the plasma is the thrust that works in the vacuum environment?
So yeah, once you're in orbit, if you want to change your position, you'll want some kind of ion thruster. And that's what you got in here. This is a pulsed metal plasma thruster, also called a vacuum arc thruster. In space, you'd run this at maybe 4 hertz and like just constant pulses.
And how much force does it give you?
Very, very little, but it runs for a long time. It runs for hours and hours.
And I would bet in a vacuum environment, it doesn't take much force to move something.
Correct.
There's no
Plus,
there's no
light
resistance.
stuff like this one. It weighs like a kilo or 2.
So you just need electricity
Yes.
and some source of ions.
Some source of ions, which in this case, there's just a solid tungsten anode, which slowly gets ablated.
And it takes a lot of time before it's consumed.
Yes. This particular one depends on the vacuum environment. It's 40,000 to 130,000 firings.
Which is a couple months.
It depends on how frequent. Let's put it this way: like I think you could run it for a day continuously if you just never turned it off and ran it several times a second.
Okay.
But you probably don't need to do that.
And tungsten because it's heavy.
Yes, and it has a lot of other good properties as well.
These people are way smarter than me, but it's cool. That's a big drone.
It's like zipline is for like really like small.
So, what does this system do?
It's a UAP detection system.
Okay, now pretend I know nothing about anything because that's the truth.
Yeah.
So, what's that?
UAP, the acronym stands for Unidentified Anomalous Phenomena.
Got it.
Yeah, basically this.
Got it.
Yeah.
So
It's what
we're hunting aliens.
It's what our military pilots are seeing on board these aircraft carriers, right? And so our service members are seeing these and are having incursions off the Pacific and East Coast, and they're posing a national security threat to our, national defense.
So this is
the goal is to sell this to the DoD, specifically Aero, to be able to have these at all our military installations, to better equip us to be able to have domain awareness on UAPs. Because UAPs are different than missiles or enemy aircraft.
There's not a hard signature going through the air to see.
There is, but
not like a piece of hardware like this.
There is, but the physics and the engineering, the science behind them are still unknown. And we have physicists and scientists working on it who are theorizing how they work. And I use that to implement a UAP detection system. So like one of them is Hal Pitoff. He's a PhD, and he's written a paper called Space-Time Metric Engineering, where he theorizes based off of the propulsion sources that UAPs could possibly have. They're manipulating space-time based off of the eyewitness testimony observations from like our military pilots. These things don't have control surfaces, they don't have heat plumes, right? They're non-traditional
propulsion,
right? Yeah. And so we have some advanced science here, advanced engineering physics. So we're trying to figure it out, but we need different sensors to be able to detect it. So we need ultraviolet cameras, infrared cameras, and pan-tilt zoom functionality to be able to,
I walked up kind of the what you're saying. So when those things are moving through the air at the speed they do and all that, they're changing the light spectrum of the air they're going through.
They're manipulating space-time. It's theorized.
Yeah. That's why you have like infrared and because that would see that.
Yeah, because all the color spectra that we see, right, gets shifted depending on if it's coming towards you or away from you. It either gets red shifted, which goes down into infrared, or it gets blue shifted up into ultraviolet. So
and this reads both of those.
Yeah, this is infrared, ultraviolet, and this is a combination of the two that mixes the two and also sees in color. And so you want to be able to process that, to be able to look at it and we want data. The thing that everyone really needs regarding UAPs is data. We don't have enough data. The military does, the intelligence community does, but the public doesn't. So we need to get that data.
And this is what is hopefully going to see that, tell you how it's moving, how fast it's moving, where, when, altitudes, everything.
A better signature.
Got it.
The UAP, yeah, and I have a demo. I just got to get the laptop up.
Okay.
Yeah.
You'll be doing that in a bit, or?
Yeah.
Okay.
So this is thermal, right?
Are you about to like Men in Black me right now?
No.
You sure?
Not. Yeah, I'm sure. This is demo, and then your eyes are completely safe. You might want to take a step back.
What?
Yeah. So this is just an ultraviolet light, right?
Okay.
This is 365 nanometers. We can't see this light, right?
Okay.
But based off of the space-time metric engineering paper that I was referencing by Hal Pitoff, he theorizes that UAPs can possibly blue shift any electromagnetic light that passes through its surrounding, right? And so, if you had this pointed at a potential UAP, what you'd be able to potentially see is a UV light source like this. But we can't see this.
Oh, but the screen up there is.
Yeah, right? So we need to be able to see in the UV because UAPs possibly manipulate space-time to change what passes through its surrounding.
So a camera like this that can see
in the ultraviolet.
In ultraviolet.
And in thermal, right? Because this is the blue shift and this is the red shift.
So it'll see the thermal as well if it's creating heat as it's going.
Yeah.
Which, if it's something moving through the air that fast and moving the air, there's got to be heat associated with it.
The thing with UAPs, and based off of what we have from leaked videos from the DoD and the military, these things don't have any heat signatures. They're like cold. So how's that possible? And this
that's something too, because like when you compress air, you create heat. Yeah,
but we don't have that. When we have our data sensors from the military pilots who are flying the F-18s, they're clear cameras. When they have UAPs on lock, they're completely cold. They're not like a traditional aircraft. I could pull up the videos for you. Yeah.
Very interesting stuff.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
This event is making me feel really dumb because meanwhile, while he's talking about that stuff, I'm over here like, hey, look, a propeller. This is the Apollo spacecraft thing. Like oh, they would lay down, their feet go up there. Check that out. Can you imagine riding in this thing?
Let's just be on top.
So since it's really loud in here, what that machine is it's like a multi-headed 3D printer that runs off of AI and recycled materials. So that system is designed to be like on an aircraft carrier or something like this, like where we're at. And plastic bottles, plastic waste, all that they have, that machine would take it, strip it down, use the plastics to 3D print new parts and replacement and maintenance and stuff like that while you're out in an isolated area like an aircraft carrier or just anywhere. And what they're doing is, with the AI, you just tell the computer what you want it to make. The AI brings up an image or a design. You can approve it, modify it, deny it, whatever, and then tell it to go ahead. And it will use recycled plastics that it recycles to 3D print that part. I think that's how it works, at least how I explained it earlier. I just emptied my ostomy bag on an aircraft carrier. That's a first for me. So speaking of ostomy bags and military ships and helicopters, something a lot of you, pretty much none of you, know is that when I was in high school, what I wanted to do when I grew up or got out of high school was be a helicopter pilot. That's the career I wanted, was helicopter pilot. And my plan was to try to join the military, because I couldn't afford to go to flight school or anything like that. Join the military, become a helicopter pilot, do the whole military thing, and then be a pilot afterwards. That was what I wanted to do. But the health issues crept in, and I didn't get the ostomy bag that quick. That came later, but I was sick, very sick for many years of my life, in and out of the hospital constantly. I basically lived in emergency rooms and hospital beds for a good portion of my life there. But anyway, that means the military wanted nothing to do with me because I was way too expensive to maintain. This, not a big deal to maintain. This is too much for them. So they wouldn't let me into the military because I was constantly sick and never able to really do too much. Like I would work, I had jobs, I would work. I'd basically, the cycle I went through was I worked my ass off, save as much money as I could, do all right, and then I would get sick, and I would use all that money that I saved to continue to pay my bills and all that while I was sick and in a hospital bed. And then I would get better and a bunch of steroids and treatments to fix it all, and then I would, usually about the time I ran out of money, go back to work and work my ass off again, save a whole bunch of money, and repeat the cycle for like 12 or 13 years, I think it was, before I got ostomy bag that kind of fixed everything. Solved a lot of problems, let's say. But either way, I was never able to go to flight school, never able to get into the military, and now I make YouTube videos for a living. So there's that. So these people here have rocket motors and stuff, and rockets and lightweight space things, and they do a bunch of cool space stuff, and I really wanted to talk to him and see what it was all about. But some guy over there started talking about jets and planes and flying and stuff, so they went over to go listen to the talk, and now we just get to look at their rocket motors. Oh, I have never been more tempted in my life. Oh, intrusive thoughts, intrusive thoughts. I gotta walk away. Oh, some quiet and fresh air. That's a big winch. That's a really big winch. 1, 2, those are 2 capstan winches and an actual drum winch, it looks like right there. This thing is so big. Pretty cool. Let's go look at the boat. Security. So we found Sam again. Hey. You know the one thing we haven't showed at the whole event?
Boat?
Your boat.
This is it. This is the hydrofoil boat. Casey's captained it before, as is the whole family.
Yeah,
but here it is, electric hydrofoil boat. 2 foils in the back, 1 foil in the front. Flies 4 feet out of the water, all electric. Goes almost 100 miles. Top speed, 35 miles an hour roughly.
Time out. What's the top speed it's capable of?
That's just capable.
So now I'm not talking like sold to customers. Like if I were to hack this thing.
If you were to hack it, which you can't, for the record, for everybody, it cannot be hacked. It's not a challenge. Please don't challenge, but it's not capable. But
challenge accepted.
It could do.
Hold on, let's turn around so the boat's in the background.
There you go. Somewhere in the scale of 50-ish miles an hour is kind of what it is. But you're doing the 50 miles an hour through 4-foot chop. I mean, so that's there is no boat.
We went 50 on your little boat this morning, and
did.
it was not smooth.
No,
it wasn't one of these. It was like a
old Navy SEAL boat.
Navy SEAL boat. Yeah. It has straps to hook your feet into the boat so you don't go flying out of it.
It does. It does. It's a super fun boat though. More fun than when the tubes are inflated. But that's a whole other story. But yeah, so basically the whole thing with this is that this is a challenge actually. If anybody has a big Midnight Express or any of those quad 450 Merc Cruiser race motors on there, I'll happily go out on a rough day and challenge anybody out there.
On a rough day.
On a rough day. Yeah. On a flat day, I'll get beat all day. No issues. Yeah, I'll top out. But on a really rough day, we'll be able to beat most people. We'll use about 40 horsepower, 50 horsepower in total when we're up on foil, and other people will be using 1,000, and we'll pass right by.
So, the purpose of this boat, as we're standing next to a whole fleet of ferry boats,
yes.
What's the goals with this?
Yes, the idea here is that we really want to make the future of mobility and transportation both electric as well as hydrofoil. So this is a 6 to 12 passenger boat depending on how it's outfitted and for what use case. But this model scales. So you can make this a 30 passenger, make it a 60 passenger, 150, 300 person. And so when you have foils, when you have ferries that foil rather, then all of a sudden everything's smooth, it's quiet, it's efficient, it's electric. The problem with this, electric is that you really don't have a meaningful amount of range without a hydrofoil. So a traditional gas boat gets 1, maybe 2 miles per gallon. This boat gets about 30 miles per gallon equivalent. And if you have an electric boat that is not a hydrofoil boat, it can't go very far because you still have this big weight.
You're pushing through the water.
Got a big
Remember the
bathtub.
example I did with the unicorn in the water?
Exactly. Yeah. So this is all stuff you and everybody knows before, but old boats are just bathtubs. You're dragging them through the water, you're creating a weight, you're displacing water, you're using energy. So once you get on the foils, then all of a sudden everything is efficient, fun, smooth, quiet. So our goal very soon is that we'll take all of those boats over there that you see that are
not the icebreaker, the ferries,
the ferries behind it that are right now really energy inefficient and gas, and turn them into electric hydrofoil boats.
Diesel.
Sorry, they are absolute diesels, not gas. Yes, thanks. It's a world I don't plan. Casey drove one of my electric cars today, and I don't know. I haven't been to a gas pump in who knows how long. Although we do have gas trucks, so we do go to the gas pump. But
so basic idea here. Water is really dense, creates a lot of resistance.
Yes.
So get the boat out of the water and get the props in the water.
Yes.
So you have no resistance on the boat itself, lots of resistance for the props to push against and create propulsion.
Exactly. So there's no wake at all when you're out there, and so we're by definition the world's worst wake surf boat and the world's best water ski boat.
I didn't think of that.
Yeah. Have you seen the water ski video?
No.
On the thing?
Oh, there you go.
Whoa, that is nice. That's nice. I don't do a lot of fishing off that. I just want to hold backboard of a fish. Whole lot of.
But yeah, you can see the front foil is tucked up here. So one of the things that is important is we want to make sure you can do all the normal boat stuff. So this front foil actually comes up out of. You can see where the hull ends.
Oh yeah.
The foil is above it.
So the foil's well above. And what's the float line? Is that right about here?
Yeah, it's just about here. I lied. It's right here. So the front foil is up out of the water.
Out of the water. When it's in like normal boat mode.
Stow mode, yeah. So the water line, I guess you can kind of see right here a little bit almost. Actually, back here is probably the better thing. You can see kind of the water line there. But yeah, basically the idea is that all three of the foils are up out of the water when you're at the dock, so you don't throw anything on them. You can hear the little click. I don't know if you can hear clicks when you get here. So this is the ultrasonic sensor. So this actually tells you how out of the water you are. There's one on each side, and part of the redundancy is any one of them can go down and you can still fly off of them.
As you were saying earlier, this is like airplane redundancy where every system that makes it move and fly has a backup.
Exactly. So you'll notice, if you look at the boat, you'll soon notice there's literally 2 or 3 of everything. So like, it's a pure, there's one ultrasonic sensor, one ultrasonic sensor there. A foil, batteries. Each battery system actually operates independently of each other. So like if one battery system goes down, everything still runs off of one system. So everything is completely independent and redundant.
And will it foil off of one battery?
Yeah.
So you can still foil and get home like as a foil if one whole system dies.
Yeah. Everything is completely. There's not a single system on the boat that won't let you get home if it fails. Which is something that was our design requirement from day one. Hey, on a serious note, if it breaks down, you can pull over, walk out of the car, not a huge issue. On an airplane or on a boat, it creates a serious safety situation. So we take it very seriously that you can get home.
I would also like to point out that originally you guys put out a dress code for this event?
Yes.
And me and my wife went so back and forth on that because I'm not a dress code person.
Yeah.
And these are the fanciest clothes I own.
There you go. Wow. I mean, I'm literally on the same thing.
Yeah, that's what I was just gonna point out. I just realized. So
Yeah.
she went like bought me all these like suit jackets. I'm like, I'm not wearing this. Like,
No,
I
no,
can't.
no. Yeah.
And so I was like, I'm gonna go in my t-shirt, my jeans, some clean clothes,
California,
and my
right?
hat.
Literally
And then
everything
you the
flies.
organizer of the event, black hat, gray shirt,
Good,
jeans,
yeah.
and boots.
Yeah.
So
It's
I think it's okay.
It's literally all the same. Now you pan the camera, you can look around. There's a large variety of different outfits.
You're not wrong there.
And as you go inside, it becomes even a wider variety.
Yes, there's a lot of
outfits.
interesting outfits out there.
So it's kind of a very wide collective amount of outfit choices.
So how long is the boat?
30 foot.
What's it weigh?
5,500 pounds.
And when are they going to be actually in customers' hands?
First customer delivery is about 6 weeks from right now. Good to see you. Good to see you as well. In about 6 weeks from right now. So first boat will be shown to the public in about 2 weeks. First
customer boat.
Yeah, exactly. And then it'll be in the customer's hands.
And then what's the frequency you're going to be having it out after
about
that?
every 2 weeks.
About every 2 weeks?
2 per month this year, and then middle of next year go to 4 boats per month, so about a week.
Very nice.
Yeah. Coming to Europe as well later this summer, which will be exciting for the folks that are out there.
Wink,
wink, wink, wink, wink. I'm trying to find somebody to help me drive boats across Europe. If you know of anybody, I don't know of anybody.
I don't know who could go do that.
Foreshadowing.
Yeah. Or if you don't want to be somewhere, you can send the robot. If you want to go somewhere but not actually fly there, you can send the robot.
I like it. I need one of those.
Cool.
So this robot, so you can be present at places without actually having to be places. This is my jam right here. So, you guys ever work on some affiliate partnerships, sponsorship deals? I could use this.
Hello.
Whoa.
That's what impressed everybody? The
Yeah. No, I just stood up.
It has this robot has legs, and the next revision of the robot has a mechanism to let it climb upstairs. There's a video somewhere. It should be on your DMs and Slack like a couple months. Yeah.
Okay.
That's cool. Yeah. All right, now make it jump. Can it jump yet or not yet?
This one can't jump.
Oh, that was my question for the boat.
Can it jump? Yeah, it could jump.
It can jump out of the water?
Conceivably. You could make it do.
That's what I was saying, like could you get low in the water and then
there's and for everybody who wants to know, there's a button in the middle of the helm throttle station that's just a Navier N, and we're all in a competition for what we should make it do. We can make it jump, we can make the lights go dance party.
No, jump.
Little.
Yeah, where it gets down low and then full flaps up and jumps the whole boat out of the water at speed.
It'd be very cool.
So is this just like FaceTime but on a moving platform?
Yeah, it's FaceTime, but the person on the other end can control it freely. The next version has the ability to go upstairs, so you could send it somewhere like here and it'll be able to walk up into the carrier.
Does it have like GPS? Can you have it walk GPS coordinates into it and then send it?
Do you have this walk around the
Yeah, it's the initial uses are probably going to be like in constrained spaces where you have more markers and like visual mapping.
Yeah.
But sending it to like a 2 meter location with GPS is definitely possible. Yeah.
So that it will display the video back on that screen?
Yeah, that displays whatever the person on the other side is using, so like their browser or whatever, if they're trying to meet with you, then the user connecting to the robot sees the 4K feed from the stereo cams.
Does it have any collision stuff? If I try to, will it avoid me?
Like if I try to fight with it, will it fight back?
Fighting back is a work in progress. We hope to avoid you rather than fight you.
Does it avoid me though if I walk in front of it?
Not on this firmware.
Oh, okay.
A rave on an aircraft carrier is something I definitely never thought I'd be at.
It's just the start. Does he go up?
Make a step. Ready for a fashion show!
Okay, so we're heading outside again. Why, Sam, are we heading outside?
I ordered burritos.
you DoorDash burritos to an aircraft carrier.
That is correct. When nature calls or the stomach calls.
A lot of things are happening this weekend that I never ever thought I'd do because I didn't think door dashing to an aircraft
I'm gonna
carrier
get a
was
very
thing.
confused call from a driver in a minute because I said leave at door.
You're getting DoorDash here?
Yeah, he's at the front, but he's gonna be really confused.
Yeah.
He's gonna be asking for Sam at the door.
At the door.
Yeah.
to the aircraft carrier.
I get a picture of like food left at door, and it's like in front of one of the million matching gray hatches on this boat. For Sam?
Hey, yeah.
Oh, amazing! Ha, thank you, thank you. I couldn't find it. Sam.
Okay.
Yeah. Thank you.
What? You do speak Spanish, no?
No, no.
Ah, okay, okay.
Gracias. Thank you.
Okay, bye. I'm sorry.
No, all good,
Okay.
perfecto.
Vale.
Thank you.
Vale, bye.
Success.
You just door dashed to a freaking aircraft carrier.
Correct. Chips, guac, burritos, and all. It's amazing the modern marvels of technology.
This is a first.
It's probably a first. I have to imagine it is.
So we also got rave glasses.
Oh yeah, we're ready to go.
Now we're ready.
Oh, this is doing the light show now. There it goes.
It's just a whole lot of firsts. And good morning. That was a very long and an interesting night of a lot of things I never thought I would see or do, but I really liked it because it was very different. It was interesting stuff, and I like that. I know that was a very outside of the normal video for my channel, but at this point in this whole YouTube journey, I'm starting to wonder what is a normal video for me, because I've had a lot of outside the box things, and I really like it because I like exploring new stuff and checking out new things. And like my ride here for the weekend, this is a little electric smart car. Look at the door, is the whole side of the thing. It is so cool. It's actually pretty fun to drive around. It's like driving a go-kart, but it's street legal, so that's cool. Yeah, I don't know what a normal video is for my channel anymore, but I'm having fun with it, so that's what we're gonna keep doing. Sorry, I got distracted trying to figure out how to start the car because I was turning the key trying to start it. It wasn't started, but you know, it's electric, so it was on. But yeah, very, very different video, very different type of thing, but I am taking all these opportunities as I can as I get them, because it's a bunch of cool stuff I really want to experience and check out, and I enjoy that. So the towing business is super dead in the summertime anyway, like dead in my area, especially off-road recovery. That basically doesn't happen. So a thing I've been thinking of just in the last 10 minutes now, you know, a lot of planning goes into my business here, is go like hell with the snow and off-road recovery and heavy-duty towing and stuff all winter long when business is booming, and then in the summertime when business is dead, just go have fun making cool YouTube videos, because I really enjoy that. I think it's what we're gonna do more of. Hopefully you guys like it too, and we'll see you next time. Like, I'm driving an electric smart car around the Bay Area. How does that even happen?